Do you think milk actually ever goes bad? Because like I mix protein powder with this, and I mean like it tastes really good, but it smelled a little weird. So am I gonna be okay?
That's usually yes. I think that's usually how you know it's bad. If it smells bad, it's probably bad. If it looks bad, it's probably bad. I think
it was not chunky at all.
Dude, no, you don't. You don't wait till it's chunky. That's not the metric, Sam. You don't go, oh, it's fine until it's chunky.
That's good. First time I'm using this bottle. I mean, listen, the protein makes it look a little chunky. Ooh, this is a cool vocal effect. What?
No, I'm going to throw up.
I'm pretty sure it's okay.
Are you drinking bad milk, dog?
No, dude, I don't think it's that bad. I smelled
what do you mean
it, and here's what this stems from, right?
Sam, no.
So when I was a child, right, I would go over to my grandparents during the summer.
What the fuck?
And when I would go over to my grandparents, they would have milk sometimes. And I remember I drank a bunch of milk, and then I looked at the date on the bottle, and it was like 3 weeks old. And I remember the entire day was ruined. And I was just like pacing back and forth in the bathroom. I'm like, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. So since that day, I've been paranoid about like any kind of milk.
Apparently not. Apparently you're not paranoid enough, Sam.
Well, I'm feeling ballsy today.
Oh,
listen, it didn't smell sour. It smelled like it was on its way out, but it wasn't out. You know, you've ever smelled milk like that, right? Like it's maybe tomorrow I wouldn't.
What a terrible way.
Here's the thing.
First of all, Sam's in 140p early on in the show. It happened to everybody.
How is this happening to me? Is it the milk?
Yeah,
the milk is ruining my life.
I think God's like, dog, stop drinking the milk.
Dude, this iMac is just going.
There was a comment last week because your connection like shit itself at the end of the show, and someone was like, I was almost disappointed because like I live for Sam's video quality to take a dip during the show, and he had to wait all the way to the end of last week's show. So this week you get it right away. 140p Sam, you're welcome, everybody. Dude,
what's up, guys?
I had bad milk once, like actually tasted it. Because any other time, if it smells bad, I didn't do it. If it looks bad, I don't do it. And if I think, my general rule is, hey, do I think this milk is bad? Because if I think it's bad, it's probably bad, and I'm not gonna drink it. But there was this one time where like I wasn't paying attention. You know where you just like your brain is busy, your mind is busy, and you just go on autopilot. That happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brain is a little busy, and I'm like, I'm on cereal, so. I think it was like Cocoa Pebbles, which I have a hard time eating Cocoa Pebbles now because of this scenario, the situation that happened to me. Yeah, I pour the Cocoa Pebbles because cereal first, not milk first. I don't know who does that, but you're wrong. And then I poured the milk in, and I didn't pay attention to the milk going in, and I just like picked the bowl up, got my spoon, and as I'm walking, I'm like eating it as I'm walking. My first bite, dude. Oh, the milk. I think the milk had been bad for like 3 or 4 weeks, and it was so sour. It tasted like I just got a full mouthful of Cocoa Pebbles and like battery acid. It was so sour and terrible, and immediately threw up. Like that. I think that was the grossest situation in my entire life.
That sounds awful. Well, here's the thing. This is what's got me thrown off, right? The reason I drank it is because on the carton, it said June 27th, and it's only June 21st. So I'm like, if it says June 27th and it smells a little weird, like that's 6 days before it says Best Buy, not Eat Buy. It just says Best Buy. So that's why I'm taking a risk. If I start projectile vomiting by the end of the show, you guys are in for a treat.
It'll be a good show if that happens. I'll be a fan.
We will put a GoFundMe in the description because I don't know if I'll be able to walk to the hospital down the street when my insides are eating themselves out.
Oh, dude, that is so gross. And you're still drinking it. Like you're going to drink the rest. Was it full?
Well, here's the thing.
And you drank
protein,
all of it?
No. Oh, John, you can't consume that much milk. I'm not a toddler. I filled it up to the 500 milliliter section. So right about there. It's right about there.
That's still a lot of bad milk that you have in your system now.
Look,
the cops are coming after you now.
Dude, I have my window open because it's
what a
nice.
mistake. Why is your fucking window open? I didn't even think about that. Before we started recording, you're like, my window's open. Why is it open right as we're starting an audio podcast?
You know, I had a feeling you were going to be bitching and moaning about this. So I said, fuck it. This is my life. And John Prosser's not my dad.
Okay.
Father's Day was yesterday. I did not wish him a happy Father's Day. Tim Cook is my dad.
Yep.
And Dad, I'm still waiting on the invite
to the window down.
To the next. Tim Cook would make me, because it's California weather today. No, like today was actually like California, and I was really enjoying it, and it made me want to move to California again, because if it was like this every day, yeah, I'm in. I mean, I can drink sour milk anywhere. Why would I do it in St. Louis?
That's so fucking gross. Everyone, welcome back to Genius Bar, episode 20. We got our driver's license. We're out of college. We graduated college.
What?
No, we haven't graduated college yet. Genius Bar, it's episode 20.
Oh, yeah.
We're almost,
Sorry.
it's almost enough episodes to drink.
We're getting next week.
Yep.
Should we drink like a little spritzer
some sour
next
milk?
Week? Here, I'm gonna leave this on my desk, and I'll ship half of this to you next week.
Oh my god, dude! I'm gonna throw up. Just imagine
that would be
how
chunky.
terrible that would be.
That would be a little chunksters.
Oh, dude!
Which
right before the show, I was
fine.
so just a little behind the scenes information for the audience. We just jumped into this. Like I had just filmed Front Page Tech. Sam had just got his sour milk put together in the bottle apparently, and we sat down, and usually we talk a little bit before we start recording and go through the show. Didn't this week, going in blind, and right before the show a story dropped through, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing, this is going to be perfect to talk about on the show. Story from Macrumors says that a new type of MacBook Air is being developed by Apple, right? They cite a report from Mark Gurmy, one of our favorites, usually very, very accurate. And then they cite me. So they cite a report from Mark Gurman. It's like, Gurman recently says that a new high-end MacBook Air is being developed with 2 USB-C ports. That matches what Prosser gave us in the renders for the next MacBook Air. 2 USB-C ports, completely new design. That is loud as shit. I tried to get to your face faster.
It's never been that loud. We have to commit now, though, because that window's far away. I mean, I can't.
Oh,
can't reach it.
No, you can't reach it. So
down?
This is the episode.
Oh, dude, I think the sun's down. I'm gonna open the blinds.
Okay, as the sun goes down, so we can
nice.
see it. All right, we'll wait for him. Actually, I want to make you watch all of this. Let's look at this Sam in his natural habitat. Did he take his headphones off? He can't even hear what I'm saying. It's just you and me, baby. It's just you get real close to me. We're real personal now. Oh, he's back. Okay. Hey, Sam. The sun is not fucking down.
Yeah, it is.
You fibbed.
No.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad we get to see. Okay, I thought your video was taking a nosedive again. I'm so glad we get to see the sunset at 140p.
Listen, it's the brightness. This the Lumix GH5 we're shooting on. This is not a crazy good camera, so it can't do the HDR. Honestly, the iPhone would handle this shot really well. I wish I could.
I mean,
switch over to
we are recording for the next hour, so we'll definitely see the sunset, right?
No, yeah, it'll get real nice and peachy. I think.
Okay,
it'll
cool.
look good.
We'll
but I have a window here.
I just won't even show me the whole episode. We'll just do you, okay?
Yeah, just crop it. Wow, the outside is super loud, though.
I don't know why you thought this was a good idea.
Well, I wanted the audience to feel like they were with me.
Why didn't you just fucking sit outside and record it that way?
Have you seen that show, Podcast But Outside?
Mm-mm.
It's honestly the funniest idea.
Terrible.
It's just two guys that sit with like, you know the mics for like live events. They all look the same. And they just sit outside of anywhere. It'll be like outside of a political rally, outside of a Walmart. And they just they say, we'll give you $1 if you sit down for like 5 minutes with us. And then they just ask you questions.
That's a way better idea than our show. What are we doing?
Yeah. Well, John, we need to do, now that COVID is like kind of going away, we need to start doing like a live show or planning for a live show somewhere. That would be really fun. Can our agency like get us shows?
Yeah, like book a tour, a John and Sam tour.
I wish
where we have little meet and greets at the end.
That would be really fun, though.
I would do
that'd be awesome to travel.
We should do one live. We should try to do one live, like in person show by the end of the year. Actually, that's really close. It's getting close to the end of the year already. We'll bring everyone has to bring their own sour milk, though. We don't distribute
sour milk. I'm gonna be honest. I have stopped drinking the milk, so I only consumed about. I consumed about 400 milliliters, so I'm probably screwed. But
sour milk is actually a really good name for a podcast.
Sour milk. Oh, maybe should we switch our name?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure right after this episode, somebody's going to take it.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, John's a genius. I'm going to take it.
He's a genius. You know, John, I honestly, come to think of it, you know, I think the reason I open my window is because I'm a huge fan of fresh air, right? I'm sure you're a fan of fresh air.
I do like fresh air, yes. Okay. Just hit us with the segue, Sam. Just give it to us. Come on. Give it, baby.
Molekule.
Molekule. First sponsor of the day. Molekule, ladies and gentlemen.
Has been destroying indoor air pollution for everyone everywhere for a long time now. And they have these little air purifiers that is the future of clean air, because it's not just innovation on existing technology. It's a scientific breakthrough because, listen, it's called PECO, P-E-C-O, photoelectrochemical oxidation. You ever heard those three words together?
Yep, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, it actually destroys the harmful pollutants. So imagine, you know, everybody's boxing.
Okay.
This is what your Molekule does. It comes with 8 arms. That was a joke. That's not an actual claim from the advertiser. But listen, it's really cool because, like, I live in the city. Obviously, there's a literal street. Like, there's always,
and he leaves his windows open.
Windows. Yeah, and I love my windows open. And the Molekule is great because it destroys it. It cleans my air. You know, we just had a little COVID.
A little COVID coming through the windows.
Yeah, and the Molekule goes, just says fire when ready. It also doesn't do that, but
so
I bet
how,
it could.
Traditional air filters, they just like, they stick there, air comes through, and they try to just grab all the sticky bad stuff. The sticky bad stuff is still there. Like, it's just sitting now, and it may not be in your lungs, but it's in your air filter that you're not going to change, that it'll just build up and then get back through the air. This will actually destroy pollutants at a molecular level, hence the name Molekule.
Molekule. And it's really amazing. Like, it even says it's FDA. It meets the performance requirements for the FDA guidance to reduce the risk of exposure to SARS-CoV-2, the COVID-19 virus, in healthcare settings. Like, they're recommending it could be used, which is really cool. So it's an extra layer of virus protection if you care about that. If nothing else, you're just destroying a bunch of allergens and pollutants in your air that are going to be here, COVID, no COVID. It's cool. And like, the PECO technology is really neat because, like you said, every air purifier, I remember my grandparents had one growing up, and I was just like, does this really do anything? You know, like, what, air purifier? But it's like, no, this one is actually offering something new on the table and is delivering on the promise of cleaner air because it's destroying pollutants rather than trying to catch them. I mean, I don't know. I was in a fight with COVID before. I couldn't catch it. So I don't know. The Molekule will just destroy it.
And you get a special deal through us if you go to molekule.com. That's molekule.com. Use promo code GENIUS when you check out. You get free shipping and a 30-day at-home trial for your order for any of their many different Molekule devices. Obviously, links down in the show notes on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. And then, of course, in the YouTube description. And a huge thanks to Molekule for keeping us safe, keeping our lungs clean, and supporting the show.
Thanks, Molekule.
Okay, I was trying to tell you about this report from Macrumors. Yeah, okay. God.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so,
this is an Apple News show. My head's, you know, I'm thinking about this Uncrustable I'm about to eat next.
Are you really? You just have sour milk on the show? You bring a buffet of food?
Oh, there's more. Let me just tease the corner of one of these surprises. Oh. Later. Okay, tell me about this MacBook Air report. So, I love the MacBook Air.
It's so odd because this Macrumors report came out at 2:30 in the morning. Okay.
And when was this?
Today. 2:30 in the morning.
How did I not see this?
You're not going to find it. That's what I'm going to tell you. It came out at 2:30 in the morning. It made it sound like breaking news, brand new MacBook Air being developed. I click it. And it says, you know, this report from Mark Gurman says new high-end MacBook Air happening. And then John Prosser said this. He gave us renders. So they must be the same thing. This brand new, new design for the MacBook Air matches Gurman's report. So I'm like, that's kind of a big deal, right? Like, I want to talk about that on the show. I want to report about it. If Gurman just sort of corroborated the report and it just happened, I want to talk about it today.
Yeah.
Turns out, I don't know what happened. You know how a clip show, episodes of your favorite show, there's an episode towards the end of the show where things are getting boring, so instead of an original episode, they just do clips, the characters go through their memories from the past few years, and they just spend a whole episode, they waste a whole one just showing clips of previous episodes. That's what this was. It was just an article talking about rehashing a Gurman report from January and putting it together with my renders from like last month or the month before as a new article for today.
Wow.
And I can't find it. Like on the Macrumors homepage, like Karina sent it to me. She's like, "Did you see this?" I was like, "What?" Like you would think everyone's covering that today. They published it today, but on the Macrumors page, you know how Macrumors usually has comments? There's no comments on this page. What? And it's not like if you're on the Macrumors homepage, you can't scroll through and find it. I have
maybe
no
they're just
idea.
doing like a summation kind of article because
let me send you a link.
They need clicks. As you know, there have been no news.
Oh, it's been very slow.
All.
How you doing with YouTube? Are you going to give up?
Yeah, I'm going to give up.
There's nothing.
It's been slow.
Listen,
I had a fun time. Okay, thank you. I had a fun time with like my MacBook video, my M1X MacBook Pro video that I published on Saturday before my poker tournament, dude.
What?
And yeah, dude, I'll see you in Vegas if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, it was fun. I played in a poker tournament on Saturday, and I don't know if you do plans like this, but I feel like I always have something going on. Like
Is that why you're stuck like with just milk from 4 weeks ago that you have to drink?
Okay, well so it was $100 buy-in, so that was what everybody paid to get in. There were 49 people that entered. I made it to top 10.
Nice,
which is pretty good. I didn't win anything because only tops 50.
Okay, that's good.
So it was my second ever casino poker tournament. I don't know if anybody's into poker. I've been getting real into it. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I don't know if the amoebas and the sour milk is like making me change my life, but I've started to really enjoy Texas Hold'em. I've been getting really into Texas Hold'em, and it's just really a good time if nobody's ever tried it. If you're looking for a new hobby, I didn't ever think I would be into it. And somebody, it was like a little drug dealer. They're like, "You want this little baggie?" And I was like, "I guess so." Sure. And then I try it, and then I want to play it every weekend. And I've had a weird experience at casinos. I don't know if you ever go. I kind of feel like we've been at the Apple Casino and we're just all losing on the rumors lately.
Yeah.
See, this connects.
That's what it feels like. No, I don't go to casinos just for my own protection because I know I won't be able to stop. I won't have any willpower, and I'll lose everything. The best way to protect myself is to just not go in.
That's fair. I hate slots. Like I don't do slots or anything because I just lose money. Like you put $10 in and you're like, this is dumb. But I did go to a high roller slot machine and the casino gives you like $25 of free slot play. Again, little baggy. Come on, take a little taste. And I'm like, okay, well I'll go to the highest odds slot machine and just pull it one time. And I won $218.
Nice.
Off of, so keep in mind, they've now gotten $200 from individual poker tournaments. I could have afforded some skim, maybe. Okay. And listen, it's fun to go. And there were some cool, guys at my table that were like teaching me the ropes. And I don't know, have you ever gotten into poker? Have you ever played Texas Hold'em?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to with my stepdad back in the day, and he kicked my ass every time, which I'm pretty sure is why he did it. Like why he picked a kid. He's I want to play poker with this kid, with my kid. So that he could beat me all the time and feel good about himself.
John's struggling coloring in the lines, and your dad's like,
"Oh, you
big
lost
blind.
Again, dude."
Big blind.
He would beat me and brag, and it'd be like, and now that I'm older, I'm like, he literally only played with a kid so he could win. Like he didn't have to play with an adult. And now that I see it, I'm like, you know what? When I have a kid, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play all these games.
Oh my God, no, John.
Yeah.
That's literally the cycle repeats. You can't do that.
Finally win some poker.
My dad's dad, so my grandpa, was not a great dude. And he would do the same thing with my dad in ping pong. Like my dad was 7 years old, and his dad is playing like it's the
like
Olympics.
Spiking it at him and be like, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, God." Like my dad talks about it and is just completely perplexed as to what. I mean, there's something up if you got to beat a kid to feel good.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm going to do. I'll beat my kid all the time.
I will. To John's son in the future, I am here.
If I even keep it. Remember, was it last week we talked about I want a kid, but I don't want to keep it. I just want to get Karina pregnant and then like take care of her pregnant body and then dump the kid somewhere because I want the responsibility.
You could put the child up for adoption. Right? Is that allowed?
No, that's also too much work. I'm gonna just leave it like at a Walmart. I'll leave it at Walmart near the tire section.
Give it an iPhone.
Yeah, give it an iPhone, dude. It is. So it's been rough with no news, and so I was really excited about that Macrumors report, and I don't even have that to bring to you today because there's nothing. What did happen though? I don't know if you saw it. Do you remember my AirPods Max leak?
Yeah.
I think I leaked it in October last year. I think that's when it was. Anyway, I got pictures and video of AirPods Max that were at the time obviously unreleased. I gave those to Concept Creator and had him create renders so we could leak the final design.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but Apple's lawyers, multiple lawyers, they got in contact with Concept Creator.
Oh no, I didn't see this.
Yeah,
he tweeted about it.
Yeah, he tweeted about it. So he tweeted about it, and then he privately messaged me like the full email. So he lives, I believe, in the Netherlands, where freedom of the press is not as strict as here in the U.S. And so obviously Apple can't get me. And so it was basically like a warning, like, hey, don't do that. You can't do this anymore. Don't do this. And they like, it was so like passive aggressive. Like, we appreciate your excitement about new Apple products. But then they specifically referenced the renders of AirPods Max and were like, this was unreleased. Ruins the surprise. Yeah. I wonder if he would be upset.
Can we find this email? Because I was going to say that would be juicy.
I have it.
That'd be
I'm
juicy
wondering
if
I shouldn't say it or.
I mean, here's the deal.
Do you want me to run down the email a little bit?
Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting to open the window behind Apple's legal team because we see them. I cover them as this great company.
Yeah,
I had an off the record conversation with an individual today, not from Apple, but someone who gets products early, and it was very interesting how this individual described their relationship with Apple, and wasn't painted in the best light. That's all the detail I can give. I was sworn to secrecy, but
interesting.
Yeah, let's hear this email. I'm curious.
So it starts out
to see how they approach.
Dear Mr. I'm not gonna. I don't know if Jermaine has given out his full name, so I'm not gonna go there. But Concept Creator, Jermaine is his first name.
I'm gonna get my snack out for this.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'll just be here.
Now's your chance. Okay. Dear Blank, on behalf of our client, Apple Inc., located at 1 Apple Parkway, Cupertino, blah 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 blah, hereinafter referred to as Apple. We request your immediate attention to the following matter regarding an unlawful disclosure of trade secrets relating to Apple.
What? This is a real email?
This is real, yeah.
Oh, I'm shitting myself already.
From your messages and activities on social media, we infer that you are interested in Apple products, especially high-profile products from Apple. I probably shouldn't read this whole email, but basically, like, they specifically reference his exposure of design and functionality features of a new unreleased Apple product at the time, including computer-aided design, CAD drawings of these products being AirPods Max. So, specifically referencing that leak. Apple focuses on making the best products and services in the world and has a team of experts working very hard on new design and product features to surprise and appeal to its customers. For example, on December 8th, 2020, Apple unveiled AirPods Max and then released publicly December 15th or something. Apple appreciates your great interest in the future design and functionality of their products. And basically is like, don't do it for unannounced products. Like, I guess they don't have a problem with him doing renders of products that are already released, but like, what's the point of that? But don't do it for unreleased products. They don't name me, at least from what I see. So basically, for the most part, the email came to him in Dutch because he's from the Netherlands. So this is like a rough translation of the email. And from what I can see, at least from the translation, they don't mention my name, they don't reference me, and it's basically like it feels like a scare tactic, like, to go after him. He tweeted it. Maybe we'll link it down. He didn't tweet the actual email. He just tweeted that they had contacted him. They didn't like his AirPods Max render. So, and we did a few. We did AirTags too. We got AirTags 100% correct. I'm surprised they didn't mention that. It was over AirPods Max.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
But
I just went to his Twitter now to take a look. This is super. That's really interesting.
It's nice to be in the U.S., I'll tell you that. But I feel bad. Like, I'm glad that I work with Ian now, for the most part on renders, because he's located in the U.S., so that means we're both protected. I felt really bad, that like, really they want to go after somebody like me, but freedom of the press and different rights that we have here in the United States makes it so they can't really do that, and so, they send a warning to him in the Netherlands instead. So I'm sorry, Jermaine. I'm sorry, concept creator. I feel bad. Like, I just like, it feels bad that that he got in trouble.
I'm not familiar. Well, number one, am I uneducated about like more? Is that our First Amendment here in the United States? Freedom of the press, or I think that's free speech.
Yeah, free
right?
speech is number one.
I should know this being a citizen. I'm sorry. This makes me look even more ignorant talking about being ignorant. But I mean, you don't think that something I don't reflect on is like, like Apple is a global company and there are different laws and protections, depending on where you are in the world. And I mean, listen, I see where Apple's coming from.
Right.
It just feels like anytime they approach these situations, it's in a very snaky way.
Yeah.
Like, John, I'm curious. Has Apple ever sent you an email, like just straight up and was like, hey, could you not?
Yep.
Like, not legally, but like, they've contacted you and asked.
Yeah, I've gotten a cease and desist before.
But wasn't that because you reposted their content?
It was like way early last year. I haven't been contacted like
I remember
ever
that.
since then. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, why is Apple PR? Well, here, if they did contact you, then it's real, right? They've just confirmed the leak.
Well,
so
yeah. Well, that doesn't matter now because now we
out.
know. I mean, AirPods Max are out now. Obviously, we know that the leak was accurate, but
that is the definition of Apple confirming your leak, though.
I mean, the good news is like they're not taking any legal action as of right now. It's just sort of a warning, like, "Hey, please don't do this," in a very passive way. Just like you could do it, but like you probably shouldn't.
That's a bit threatening.
Yeah,
that's a bit intimidating.
They appreciate his excitement though for Apple products.
In the United States, we would call that chilling speech. Whenever, no, legally, that's what it's referring to, and that is illegal. And you can prove that in court sometimes if someone, which makes sense why they probably haven't done it here, because you are not allowed to stifle speech unless it would be hateful or you were said you were going to burn Apple to the ground or something. Right. Then they could very clearly be like, hey, don't, then they could just have a suit against you. But I believe the only restriction to speech in the United States is
hate speech.
If it's inciting clear and imminent danger.
I guess hate speech is allowed, technically. But as long as it doesn't incite
to an extent, yeah, but it's a bit murkier. And I mean, that's like a really lucky opportunity in the United States that we have the ability to say what we feel, even if we're uneducated or dumb. I mean, that's kind of you don't think about that from like a democratic, as far as freedom standpoint. Like that's definitely something I take for granted, that I can come here. I was watching this fascinating documentary on Netflix. I'd highly recommend it for everybody here. It was produced by the Obama Foundation. They started a film studio, and it's called American Factory. And it follows this old Chrysler plant that is bought by a Chinese billionaire's company. Okay. And it shows how the Americans and the Chinese work together. And it starts out very like, this is great. And then production is not scaling at the rate that it should because Americans work differently than the Chinese. Mm-hmm. So they're having more Chinese people come over to take these American jobs. And then all of a sudden the unionization argument comes up and there's this big vote for the union. And I won't spoil what happens, but it's fascinating to me to see how they interacted about the company. And there was this really funny quote where it was one of the leaders, and it was in a room of, I think, predominantly Asian people that had come directly from China. And they were like, hey, here you can criticize the president. If you don't like what this person is saying, I think at the time it was either Obama or Trump in office in the United States. And they were like, you have the ability to say that you don't like something and talk about it openly. And there was these great shots of everybody like looking around the room, and they're like, is this a setup? Like, can you actually just say that? Because we don't think about that. But if we lived in China, we can't just say, I don't like what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's not like, that's an example. I bring that up to say when speech is restricted, and that is, I'm fairly confident it's illegal. I'm not a legal scholar here.
Yeah.
But I know that we learned about in communication a lot of times when I was in college, like a lot of legal communication cases happen whenever, a company like Apple would be saying you can't do this when it is our right as an American citizen legally to be able to publish and say what we want. Now, the waters get a bit murky if you are publishing. They get a little bit more sketchy if you're publishing unreleased things, but all you're doing is publishing renders. You don't have it. If you had in your hand, you know the ropes.
Yeah,
I mean,
the only time where I have, reached out to a lawyer before a leak was those CAD files that I published. That was because I was distributing them. I uploaded them myself. I wasn't they're not hosted on my server, but I uploaded them to Google Drive for anyone to download. And that was the only time that, I talked to a litigation lawyer about, freedom of the press stuff and, what I can do, what I can't do. And basically it boils down to as press, I can do or publish anything I want as long as I didn't do anything illegal. So as long as I didn't obtain the thing illegally, then I'm free to publish it. That being said, those things are not obtained legally, but it's not me doing the illegal act. So the person that gave it to me, those people are the sources usually are more in line with the illegal activity, I guess you could say, which is why why they always have to be protected. But as long as I didn't solicit them or purchase them, as long as I was they were given to me free will. I didn't do anything illegal, and so I can publish it. Which it's so lucky to be in the U.S. because if I lived a lot of other places, I couldn't do this as a job.
Yeah, it's weird to think about because we hear about these freedoms of the press for things like governmental leaks, or bigger, maybe more, very much more societally impactful things or laws or legislation or injustices. But it also protects this weird niche cult community that is the Apple fan base. And obviously Apple hates it. And I think for a long time, I was starting to make decisions for my career and for what I did on YouTube saying, would Apple like this or would this increase or decrease my chances of going to an Apple event? Because, it's something I want so bad. And in the past couple of weeks, because of a larger project I'm working on that John knows about, we'll talk about that after the call.
Okay,
I have some
sounds
updates.
good.
And, it's something that I don't know if Apple, I don't want to say too much. Let's just say hypothetically, it's a bigger project that I think could impact my chance one way or another, maybe positively, maybe negatively, of going to a future Apple event.
Negatively.
Yeah. And, I don't know. Who could say? I'm not going to make any value judgments at this moment in time. Maybe they'll love it.
Maybe.
But it's something that I've had to come to terms with saying, do I want to have the most fun in my career and push myself and push the limits of what the tech community is? Or do I want to put myself in a box, in a safe little bubble that will just say good things about Apple products? And I was having a conversation with someone today that gets some products early. I think maybe all of them actually. And they were just talking about kind of the fine line and the weird spot that they find themselves in sometimes. Because while Apple, for The Verge, I feel like they do a very objective, fair review of the products. I think you and I can look at some people in the community to get the products early that basically just ooh and ah for 15 minutes. Colors. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of the stuff, you do have to play ball. Not just with Apple, but with a lot of, companies that are giving you access like this. And that's just almost the name of the game.
Yeah, and it's weird too because Apple is never paying anyone. I don't think Apple has ever paid.
Yeah, I don't think so.
At least a YouTuber for promotion. I think they have done some paid sponsorship stuff on TikTok. But from what I know and from what I see, Apple's favorite influencer, which makes sense. I'm not saying this to be critical of Apple to be critical. I'm saying if you run a company, you want your products to be portrayed in the best light. And I think they also know that if they give it to more people, that increases the risk for negative pub on day one.
Yeah.
Like if you and I got the iPad Pro M1 early, we would say, okay, what can I do with it now?
Yeah. Now what?
I don't
Marquez actually,
this is great.
He does a pretty good job at like, I mean, they're going to give Marquez, products early every time, but I really respect it. He like a lot of his stuff is like, okay, it's an iPad still. And they're going to turn right around and give him another one next year.
Yeah, exactly. And it's such a weird line because there are a lot of publications. I think TechCrunch also does a really good job. I've just noticed more on the YouTuber side to be critical to our own. I haven't heard enough responsibility from the biggest creators, especially about the weirdness that is the M1 iPad Pro. I mean, there's been very little. Like you said, Marquez has been like, it's still an iPad. But there have been very few big creators aside from Marquez, like YouTubers, that have been, this iPad Pro is weird. It's been problematic for years, and they still haven't done anything about it.
Yeah.
And I think that would significantly decrease their chances because Apple made a huge deal about the M1 chip in the iPad Pro. They still have nothing to show for it. What, we're going on 3 months later after the unveil? And, they want the best people to get it. And it was just, interesting to think about. A mental exercise that I was thinking about where I also reflected on, let's say, hypothetically, Apple sent me something early. Me as a person wants to continue that relationship.
Yeah.
So if I get something early and I don't like it, I think there is a big incentive for me. I'm talking about myself as Sam Kohl, to not review it as hard as I would.
Yeah. Right.
And that would be a tough position, right? Because ultimately I have to be true to the people because you're gonna be short term if you're not being true to your audience. I mean, you know this better than anybody, John. That the audience is you care about them, right? Because they are the people that pay your bills essentially. And it's not like crooning to everything that the audience wants or bowing to them or something. It's appreciating what they do for you, but also you want to be honest. Even if you hate something that they don't like, or you love something that they do like, you just want to be authentic because that's what's going to give you a long-term career on YouTube.
Right.
And it made me just think about myself and how if Apple sent me something, if it was, I'm trying to think of a product, like the HomePod Mini is a product that I just am not impressed with.
I like
I haven't been since the day it came out. But that's something that I'd be like, yep, it's okay. It's a good $100 speaker, but I'd buy Sonos. And that has been my review. And I was just listening to it.
Then they would never email you again.
Yeah, I was listening to my HomePod Mini today. And again, I was like, yeah, it sounds mediocre at best. Just doesn't hit. There's very little, I like my Sonos One. Is it double the price almost? Yeah, I think that's worth it, though.
Yeah.
So Apple is, as much as I love them, I think something I've always tried to do, and something I will continue to do, is to be upfront and honest when I feel like they're doing something wrong. And I've said this many times in the past, but I also think there's a huge incentive to not be as vocal if they're sending you stuff. Yeah. I mean, I think we can all pick out certain creators that just have nothing bad to say ever.
Let's just list them right now.
I don't want to start any beef. I saw Dave 2D starts to get the products, and he's just phenomenal. I think he does such a good job. Great review. And then there's other people that just seem like they're the Apple fluff PR machine.
Yep.
And I guess that's how it is,
everyone's
right?
gonna be down in the comments right now, just naming names. Yeah. Be nice, everybody. Be nice.
Yeah. No. This is not a hate. I don't want to do that. But it's fascinating to see the strategy. Yet if you're Apple, why would you do it any differently? There's no incentive for Apple to get worse coverage. Everything is perfect the way it is right now. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And that's the state of Apple seeding products.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. But what if it is broken, Sam?
What if it is broken, John?
What if it is? What if it doesn't work as well? What if you're a little bit tired, a little bit older, it's not working as well? What if it doesn't get as hard? You know what I'm saying?
John, I mean, I'm trying to think, and the only thing that comes in my mind, I don't know what this association is, but I'm just thinking of the word Bluechew.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And you know what? Bluechew is like this miracle thing. Like it popped into my own head when I'm thinking about things not working, not being as hard. But it's also great if you just want to have a good night, right? Like you just feel a little bit freaky. So whether you actually do suffer from ED and things aren't working like they used to, maybe a little bit older, maybe you're not old, maybe you just need some help down there, or maybe it works fine and you're like, okay, but what if it was like, what if I was laying some pipe? You know what I mean? Bluechew makes it really easy to do, especially since a lot of the ingredients that you would find in Viagra, Cialis are implemented into Bluechew. It's convenient. You chew it, and because it's a chewable, it acts much faster. We're talking like you chew it, and you got like 30 minutes before go time.
You chew it because it's Bluechew,
and you do it,
and you just go to town. It might help you out in areas where you could be struggling. Guys, we're talking about helping make pee-pee harder, if it wasn't clear already. That's the way that we talk about Bluechew. We make pee-pee harder. And I mean, listen, it's summertime. I'm a single man. I'm on the market.
Your window's open. This is why you need Bluechew. Your window is open. Anything could happen. Anyone could fly in there, and you got to be ready.
Look how nice it looks. It looks so nice. Isn't
That's what I'm
beautiful?
saying. You got to you got to drop that sour milk and get to work.
I should have filled my thing up with a single Bluechew, and we could have had a real fun episode, guys, because it's camping season. You think about pitching tents. Maybe you need to pitch your own tent.
Yep.
Sometimes, God, this ad read is so fun. Like, I can't. Can we get paid for this to talk about that? I mean,
everyone loves this ad read every week.
It's an essential service. Listen, you guys could benefit from the extra confidence when it's time to perform. Bluechew can help, and we've got a special deal just for you guys. You can try Bluechew free when you use our promo code GENIUS at checkout. You just pay $5 shipping. I always love that when it's like we're just gonna basically like give this to you.
Yeah,
$5 for shipping. I mean, $5 to try it.
Yeah, out of all the things we promote, like
I'm going to do it.
You can get a free boner because you listen to this show. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. And of course, go to bluechew.com and use promo code GENIUS so they know that we sent you.
Yeah, bluechew.com, promo code GENIUS. You get your first month free. You just pay the $5 shipping. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Bluechew for sponsoring this episode.
And for keeping our peepees hard.
Of Genius Bar, and for keeping our peepees hard. Thank you, guys. Bluechew. Okay, John, has there been anything... Because I'm reading this article about the MacBook Air. I will say we did get one report. By the way, you've been killing it on frontpagetech.com.
Oh, thank you.
Love
dude,
it.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I've been reading your articles. You do more than the 2 bullet points like me. I'm amazed. I can barely handle 2 bullet points per story. That's like my bare minimum. We get a couple of things, okay, that I want to talk about. I know we've said there's no news. We always kind of, got to dive in.
I have a feeling that next week there's going to be a lot to cover. Like
I
probably
hope so.
Right after this episode goes up with us complaining, and then it'll be outdated.
There's always a calm before the storm. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, if you're a premium subscriber, or I think anyone in the US actually, you can swipe up and get picture-in-picture now. That was really cool.
It's not working for me yet.
What? I've had it for days now. Actually, as Macrumors was posting the exclusive confirmation from YouTube, I was working on a story because I noticed it on my phone and was like, this is going to be a huge story. I need to post about this. And as I am working on it, they beat me to the punch and I was very upset.
Yeah, it was a Macrumors exclusive, right?
Yeah, you just go over to settings in the YouTube app and then I believe general, and it will be an option there if it's enabled for your account. It's a slow rollout, but you can finally get picture-in-picture. Like when I saw the article go out,
I looked and I had an update for the YouTube app and I was like, oh, this is it. Download it. That don't work. I have premium. Does not work.
I have premium. Here's a video from Renee Ritchie about it. Love you, Renee. Okay, can I find it?
See, there's still hope for you, Sam.
This is a bad.
Speaking of people that haven't always been on good terms, Renee used to be a leaker. Like, would leak Apple products all the time, and now he's like one of their golden boys. So you can't. There is still a chance for you to get back on good terms.
Well, you too, right?
Maybe.
Are you too far gone, John?
I'm probably too far gone, and I won't stop. Like Renee, had the hindsight and he stopped and, got in Apple's good graces. And I don't actually plan on that part. I don't plan on stopping.
All right. To close out this point, because we've been talking a lot about Apple, I'm curious. If Apple came to you and said, we will give you $3 million wired to your account, you can never post about an unreleased Apple product ever again. Like, you can talk about other rumors, but you cannot share it and you cannot distribute. And if we find out that you break this contract, you're going to jail for the rest of your life and probably going to get the death sentence.
Holy shit. Okay, so
yeah,
but it's playing. It's like not over time, it's immediately $3 million.
$3 million in your account tomorrow.
Okay, yep.
You do it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean I can still make front page tech, right?
Yeah, you can make front page tech.
Job.
You just cannot do it. You would never have an exclusive again.
Okay, I still got, I'll just turn my sites to Samsung and get 10 views or something.
Yeah. You'll be like, what's up, guys? There's
okay,
like 4 comments on every video.
Like, okay, let's say I take my $3 million. It's in my account. Can't leak anything anymore. But you leak something. Can I talk about it?
You can talk about it. It is $3 million, so that's like a couple bucks. Honestly, it seems like it would be worth it for Apple to just make these deals, right? I mean, they have trillions of dollars.
But I can't talk about it, right? But my question is, if you leak something, can I still make an episode of Front Page Tech with an Apple title? Like, and still get those clicks? As long as I'm not the one leaking it. You're telling me I can't talk about leaks?
I mean, I'm saying I'm not sure what they would say. Let's say they say you can't do Apple
this is your
on Front Page Tech.
hypothetical.
I know it's my hypothetical. Okay, you can post about it. You just can never do an exclusive. So your name will never be in the news ever again.
I'll take it.
Okay, fair.
Tomorrow,
I think I would take that deal as well.
$3 million.
Okay, I would take that as well. That popped into my head.
Would they do it if
Apple,
if they're like, you can come to any event for the rest of forever? You don't get money, but you can come to any event you want. No leaking.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't leak anything. I got nothing to lose.
If they said don't cover leaks, you can come to any event. No money, just event, just a ticket.
It would have to be more than 3 million because I would be out of YouTube would crash because I would make videos 4 times a year for the events. So my revenue would go. I'd probably only make like $20,000 a year, if that.
I'm sure we've been there before, dude. YouTube wasn't always paying well. Go back to making $20K a year. That's fine.
I mean, I'm just saying. I feel like 3 million. I would have to do a bit more to not post about leaks at all. Even if it was every event, I couldn't give it my job right now just because I am really lucky and I'm not prepared to take that money. I wouldn't want to stop YouTube because it is fun and doing this podcast is fun, man. It'd be tough.
We would just have to actually talk about candy. We could still do the show.
Just every week.
Go back to the candy thing. That would be
so funny if we pivoted there and everybody's like, we knew the full circle.
Yeah, there it is. If we started talking about candy, they would know that we got paid off. Like immediately.
Yeah, speaking of candy, yeah, that's how you guys will know, by the way. If this clip ever resurfaces and John and I are just like, we do not touch. By the way, this is an opportunity for Apple to make this deal, right? They are $1 trillion company. Why would they not? Like, you just said you would take that much money to not do exclusives. Doesn't it seem like that would be worth it for Apple?
I mean, didn't they pay that ransom? Remember
I don't
that
know
MacBook
if they
Pro
did.
Hack? Last I heard, it was getting negotiated.
Sharing.
Last thing I heard was it was getting negotiated, and then they had paid it.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. John, maybe you just gotta like hack their entire system.
I will not. For legal reasons, this is a joke.
Yeah, we will not.
I will. I would do it for $3 million, probably nothing less.
Yeah, I think for me to stop posting about leaks, it'd have to be 10 mil.
And you would stop
5 to 10 mil.
So you're basically giving up YouTube for $10 million.
Yeah. What if you had to give up YouTube? Let's push it even further. You are not allowed to post. Okay, let's say this. Apple's tired of the leaks, so they acquire Front Page Tech. They say we'd like to acquire Front Page Tech, the website, and everything you own.
What happens with Front Page Tech though? They'd make it stop?
Yeah, they'd be shut down. So acquirement, shut down immediately.
So they're just okay, and I need to.
You would get the 100% of the. Yeah, you get 100% of all the money that would be exchanged. There would be no fees or anything taken out or lawyers. It would be like, we're just paying you to stop everything because we hate you so much.
So it's just like, what is the amount that would make me be okay with shutting it all down?
Yeah. So
and I can't make another YouTube channel like Backpage Tech.
Nope, no YouTube.
Which, by the way,
no
we
Twitter.
own the domain for. I own backpagetech.com.
You own backpagetech.com?
Just to be sure.
That's fair. Honestly, that's pretty forward thinking. I own a few domains as well, but that's a good
like
one. Backpage.
iUpdate,
Is it up? Is there anything there? Can you like redirect that to my YouTube channel or something?
Yeah, probably backpagetech.com to Sam's YouTube channel.
That'd be awesome.
I want to say 50 million to stop forever and here's the reason. Because I'm not just taking the money that I think I'm going to lose over time by giving up Front Page Tech. I'm taking the money that will make me feel okay with being bored too. Because Front Page Tech, other than the money, like the hobbies that I had growing up, like making videos or making websites or whatever, like this is what I do for fun too. It pays the bills, but I also do it for fun. And to take that away from me, to take like my joy from throughout the day away from me, 50 million, 100 million, something like that. Not because that's how much I think it's worth or what I would lose, but in my heart, that's I could take 50 million and be like, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, that would just be an insane amount of money. Because at that point, your family, you're set for the rest of your life. Like most people don't make more than a few million in their entire life. So if you have 50 million, I mean, it would be living anywhere, traveling anywhere. So you would have the money. But this is a thing that I also would have a similar amount. I'd probably say like 30. See, but even saying like think about, right, because $30 million is like an insane amount of money. Like if that was just in your Chase account, like there would be like legitimately no worry about financial stuff ever again, unless you got crazy and we're going to the casino and gambling or something. But if you were just maintaining the lifestyle, if I was living in my same apartment, right, that would, I mean, I could live here for like 7-9
just like you got to pay rent next month and it's like rent for the next 20 years and they'd be like, what the
they'd be like, oh, okay, I guess he's just staying. But I agree completely when you say it would take your livelihood away, because I also don't know if they would do. If they said Apple Track, iUpdate, Twitter, everything, you're gone. You are
like
no
what are you
longer
supposed to do throughout the
day?
I mean, you got $50 million or whatever, but like just gonna sit on your ass like diddle yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big reason that a lot of people don't sell their companies.
I could buy a lot of Bluechew.
You could buy for $5 free shipping. Oh my God.
Dude, especially if they're just giving it away, basically.
Yeah, I agree. It would have to be an astronomically high amount, just because right now at this point in my life, I'm not ready to give it up. Now, listen, in 10 years, if I have significant other, kids, me and the wife are like looking at each other. It's like we don't want to work.
You
like
could buy
these
a wife
kids are our life
for $50 million.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, maybe I would consider it then. But right now, at this point in my life, to not be a public figure and just what would I do with that much money?
Has 50 million.
Like you could buy the biggest house. All right, you live in it alone. You could buy the coolest car.
And you just walk around it all day because you got nothing better to do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'd probably like start working on music or like stand-up comedy or something else. But that would be a lot. Even if you're a lot of people, and I've tried to talk about this with my friends, because like there was a time when we weren't making anything. Like you said, I remember, I think my first year that I made money on YouTube, I didn't even break $1,000 for a year of work. Like $1,000 for uploading 3 to 4 times a week. Like that's 10 cents an hour, 20 cents an hour. I mean, it's got to be nothing. And it was great. And it's at the time you're like, this is the craziest thing.
But that's the point. Like you loved it so much that you did it all day throughout the days with no money. So like not even just the financials of like, I need this money to make up my loss. They also have to pay to take that away from you. Like the thing that you were doing, even when it was $0. Like we kind of screwed ourselves because now like, people ask, hey, what are your hobbies? What do you do throughout the day? And I have no hobbies. I don't do anything because like, when I had a regular job or whatever, I would be excited to come home and do this. And this was the hobby.
Same.
This was the fun thing. But now, it's also the job. And so I'd be fucked. Like if I didn't have this, I don't know what I would do with my life.
Yeah, it would be weird. I really think I would just go and like start reinventing what I did and who I was. But I was also thinking about how just such a core part of it is. You know, friends are always asking, "Oh, did you upload this week? Oh, what was your latest video on? Oh, what were you talking about? What is
If
Apple
they're
working
friends,
on?"
they would know. Got him.
Tommy, Jake, Leah, Katie.
Got a whole list.
What are my other friends?
Are you just naming
Sean
random
and
names,
Ben,
or do these people?
Colin.
Okay.
Other Colin.
Colin 2?
I expect a full report on Monday at my desk.
Colin 1 and Colin
Stat.
2. Speaking of
Colin
friends
1 time.
watching YouTube videos, you watch my Steve Jobs video yet?
I think my webcam just shut off. It's getting real grainy on my end.
We've
That's
seen
so
your
weird.
webcam go to shit. I
Horrible
think it's fine
timing.
now.
Horrible
Yeah,
timing. Oh, what's
I'm
this?
sure.
Oh no, the quality. The quality's taking a. Oh man. Oh boy.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
Look at this. Oh man. What?
You know-
we have a blackout. Bad storm.
You know
Horrible
what?
storm.
You know what? Sam might be a terrible friend, but you know who has always been a friend to me? Magic
Wait,
Spoon.
this will be cool. Oh wait, I gotta switch cameras for this ad read because I actually freaking love Magic Spoon.
I like how I'm doing the segues for all of them. They're just like we're talking and I feel the flow and I'm like, segue fits right here.
John, guess what I
Sam's
did before
favorite
this
sponsor.
podcast?
Sam, this is
It
your
is-
favorite sponsor, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
yeah.
the floor to you. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Guys, Magic Spoon makes you feel like a kid again. And that is a claim I will stand by. Okay. God, this is so good.
What
I went on
flavor
a
is
bike
that?
ride. This is fruity.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It is like, it's basically like the other fruit cereal. Like it's a 2-word cereal.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say the name, but there are,
Rhymes
I would
with
say there are
loot
loops
tubes?
of fruity. Yeah, there are loops of fruity in here. Guys, this stuff is so good. Okay, so I went for a bike ride earlier, right? And I'm like, oh, how am I going to get this protein? Do you want spoiled milk? Yuck. Or do you want to get, like, this has 13 grams of protein per serving. Look at this. I'm going to put it in front of me. Do you see that?
Yep.
Let me put my finger. It's very hard. 13 grams.
Which
of
I don't
protein
know. It
in
doesn't
this.
taste. You know how like when food is like stuffed with protein, like almost
It's so
artificially, you
good.
can taste it. You cannot
Yes.
tell at all. Like I have no idea
No.
where they put the
It's-
protein. Where is it coming from? Why don't I taste it?
Oh my God. I'm getting more milk just to enjoy the snack.
Please,
the
please
thing.
no. Don't use your same milk. Please no. Please get
I
new
will
milk.
not.
It's
I will get new
keto
milk.
friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free, low carb, GMO free, 0 grams of sugar. As Sam said, and it's on the front of the box, 13 to 14 magic grams of protein and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. That's 140 calories a serving. Growing up, cereal was the best part about being a kid, but now that you're older, you can't eat the same cereals anymore. It doesn't agree with your
Nope.
body anymore. You're an
Nope,
adult,
you can't.
you got to eat adult stuff. And Magic Spoon
And that's-
has made your life way easier.
Yeah, that's why I eat Magic Spoon. I have bought so much of this stuff, and I use our code. What is our code? Just to make sure I'm getting this right.
It's magicspoon.com/geniusbar.
Genius Bar. Okay, so it's use promo code Genius Bar at checkout. It should be applied automatically, but when you go to magicspoon.com/Genius Bar, you can grab this custom bundle. I'll tell you my favorites right now, the stuff that I recommend. They've got some like bonus
Peanut
flavors. They
butter.
do this every month. It's fun. Yeah, John says peanut butter. My personal favorite is fruity. I mean, I love it. Like,
I thought
talk
you liked
about
the
just
birthday
the
cake.
colors. Oh, I just knocked something. I think I just broke. I broke my life together when I started trying Magic Spoon at magicspoon.com/geniusbar. Guys, it's so good. Like, I just never thought I'd be at a point in my life where I got to promote cereal. And
That we're here. This is like
Yeah.
it's like get $50 million from Apple to stop doing everything and have $50 million and then promoting cereal. That's like the next best thing.
oh yeah, Magic Spoon could just give me a little pinch on the cheek and I'll promote it for the rest of my life.
Right.
I mean, I
Magic
love Magic
Spoon.
Spoon.
Magicspoon.com/geniusbar. You can pick one of their already sort of pre-established bundles or create a custom bundle. I highly recommend you either get one with peanut butter in it, or when you build your custom bundle, put the peanut butter in. Put a box of peanut butter in there. They say it's 100% happiness guaranteed.
Look at how nice
Magicspoon.com.
this shot looks. I mean, just the box design. Like, this is the Apple of cereal.
Magicspoon.com/geniusbar. And of course, a huge thanks to Magic Spoon for supporting the show. All right, that was the
Thank you,
last
guys.
ad read. You know what that means? It's time to get
It's off the rails
crazy.
time. Yeah, I'm ready to go crazy, dude. So there was this old lady crossing the street. She tripped and fell, and I laughed in her face, bro.
I like how it's like established now that after the last ad read, we don't have any control of the show.
Yeah,
it's gone.
I think that's fair. I should probably have waited to make that old lady joke until like 3 minutes after the ad read, just so like we're not associated. I'm just kidding. Fine. I care about old women. I wonder, do you think there's any like old people that watch Genius Bar?
I was thinking this the other day. I wonder how many people that watch us or watched us are dead now.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That was wrecking my brain the other day. Like, I've been doing this 8 years. That is a long time for people to just drop off.
And you know there's got to be like one. Like, we have 300,000+ people.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, that's weird. That trips my brain out.
Like, think about how many, like, iUpdate fans are just dead now.
Oh, that's so sad.
Isn't it? Like, I wonder if there's anyone that was watching iUpdate videos as they went. Like, they were just chilling, watching Sam, and just then like the Grim Reaper was there, took him in the night.
Dude, that's a weird-ass thought, and I don't like to think about that. I mean, part of me would be honored. Like, if you're going out watching my video, that's like kind of legendary.
To do.
Yeah, you think about the people that we watch. You know, we could. I mean, I consume a heck of a lot of YouTube, and it's my favorite thing. Like, I would be more crushed if YouTube went away than screw Netflix, screw Hulu, screw anything else. Like, not from as a creator standpoint,
dude, same.
As a viewer standpoint.
If I could only pick one thing, it would not be Netflix. It would be
not
YouTube.
Even close.
Yeah.
You'd pick Servant on Apple TV.
I am bored 90% of the time on Netflix. I have been bored on YouTube 0 times.
Because the algorithm
there's always
is
something.
That good. There's always front page check and iUpdate.
That's what I'm saying. Except lately, because there's no fucking news. But
yeah,
I have fallen victim to shorts on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Dude, I could just, I'm like, don't do it, because it's sitting there right on the homepage. And I tap it, and then I'm stuck for like 3 hours just scrolling through these fucking things that have nothing to do with anything I enjoy or like, but I'm watching them.
Are you going to make any shorts?
No.
Why don't you just do like a 60-second version of front page tech with the top stories?
I'm going to sneeze, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, no. Is he going to die on stream?
Oh, no.
Is John about to die? Is he going to die while making Genius Bar?
Okay, it's gone.
Okay,
my face got so red. It was coming in hot. And it decided to go away.
What would you say to somebody if they walked up to you and were like, let's say there was a ghost and they said, I watched your video as I was dying?
I'd say that sucks. That is a terrible way to go.
I'd be like, dang, dude, thanks.
There's been so many... you can tell I was about to sneeze and it's gone. There's been so many people. Have you ever, like, as a fan or somebody, like, their kid is a fan or somebody in their family is a fan and they reach out to you for, like, a happy birthday video?
Oh, no, I actually haven't gotten that.
Yeah, I get a lot of those. We're like, hey, this person's birthday's coming up. It would mean a lot if you could just, like, tweet them or message them or send them a video for, like, a happy birthday. I did one, like, I think it was last month or the month before. Somebody's aunt reached out. It was really sweet because since COVID, they haven't been able to see each other physically in person.
Yeah.
And the birthday was coming up, so to make it up to them, he's a really big fan of the show, and so me and Karina actually, we made him a video wishing him happy birthday. And so there's, really nice. You think about how many fans are like that like you that much, dude, no joke, his birthday card had the Front Page Tech logo on it. Like, I thought his aunt was just making it up, like, about how much he liked the show, but I was on his birthday card.
Dude, there's no way anybody likes iUpdate that much. Like, the Front Page Tech.
You'd be surprised.
You have, like, a cult following.
No. You have a cult following,
too. There's not that many. I don't think so. I don't see it in the same way. Maybe I'm oblivious and you guys can let me know. And not that I don't appreciate you. I'm just saying, I feel like the Front Page Techers are like die hard to the grave every episode, where my boys and girls are like, he's funny sometimes.
No, you're going to be flooded with birthday wishes now. Like, hey, will you please say happy birthday to me?
March 21st. You guys all missed my birthday and I'm pissed.
I'll make you a video for your birthday, okay?
Hey, wait, this is something random that I want to bring up. Did you ever resend that package that you were trying to send?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't get undelivered.
Hang on.
Okay, that's good. I just wanted to. No, you don't
Quiet,
have
quiet
to
on
do
set.
it.
Quiet on set. Remind me tomorrow at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. No, hang on.
Yeah, that's
10 a.m. is too early. Remind me tomorrow at 11 a.m. to send Sam the package.
You don't have to send the.
Okay, send Sam the package. Does this give up any information about me? No. Okay. Want to make sure it didn't just post my address or something. Yeah. So
John Prosser is located.
Yeah. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. was too early. Okay, we're gonna try.
No,
we're gonna try 11.
That's early.
No, I. But there's something. There's a few things in there, but there's one thing in particular that I want you to have. I'm glad you reminded me.
Do you want me to say what I think it is, or do you want me to wait?
You can guess. Okay, you can guess what it is. I'm going to try not to react, okay?
It is your shaved off eyebrows.
No. That would have been so good, though.
Okay, because you made a joke about it once?
Yeah, I know, but my eyebrows were too little. They sort of just fell onto the floor. Little? I should have collected them. That would have been way better if I just sent you my actual eyebrows. That would
make me uncomfortable. That would be like, whoa.
No.
This is just some guy's eyebrows.
Don't worry. So you really thought this whole time that I was going to send you my eyebrows?
Yeah, because you made a joke about it once.
Oh, no. Yeah, jokes are jokes for a reason, bro.
There's some truth to some jokes. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not.
You don't have to send it to me. I was just curious, and I was worried that it got rejected again. And you're like, this asshole has gotten these 7 mics that I'm sending him. What happened?
You told me one time that you gave me the wrong address or something, that it got returned.
Yeah, at one point my mailbox
that was
in my
your
new
fault.
place wasn't set up.
That was your fault. And then the other time I was off by a letter or a number. That was my fault.
I can't say the street, but okay, I'm just going to make up a name and I'll give an example.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like Jokersville, but he wrote like Jokerville.
Yeah.
Instead of the S. So he was missing an S on the street. The real name would have been great, but it would also very clearly identify where I live. So I think I'm going to pass.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well,
no,
see, if you wouldn't have fucked up the first time, it'd be fine.
Have you had any issues with people coming to your new place or messing with you? Like, have you had anybody show up?
Nope.
That's good. Fingers crossed.
All good.
Knock on wood.
I'm sort of embarrassed to say this, but you know what helped? I did not register to vote here.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because anytime someone found my location before, or I got doxxed, it was because they found where I registered to vote, because that's public information.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I just haven't registered to vote here since I got here. Yeah. It sucks.
That is bad, John. You should register to vote.
I know, but also my safety, too.
See, if you were any other person, I'd be pissed at you, but you've also been swatted before, so I cannot blame you in any way, because I do value your safety over your right to vote. I do think the right to vote is something very important. Have you ever had any issues like that? No, I've never had someone follow me or show up at my door. Mm-hmm. And at my new place,
and you have security there, don't you?
Yeah, there's a lot of protections that I feel very comfortable here. And honestly, it's something that's been I kind of like where I live, because I feel pretty safe here. I mean, you'd have to get through a lot to get to me. And that's not a challenge.
If that's the case, yeah, if you get through, you might as well come in. You earned it.
yeah, it's not a challenge. I'm just saying, because they're, it's what 99.999 repeating to the people listening. You're like, oh yeah, these guys are cool. If I saw them, I'd say hey. Mm-hmm. Period. But there are some people that are
not.
Where are they at?
Yeah,
I want to find them. I didn't like that. This made me angry. That kind of, and that's scary. And you hear about more prominent people like the Logan Pauls or others that have many, Casey Neistats, where it's people are, actually stalking them.
I mean, Logan Paul posted a vlog a year or two ago where someone broke in and was sleeping on his couch, and he went in and filmed them.
If I woke up to someone sleeping, I would freak out. What would you do? You walk downstairs, you and Karina waking up. Oh, hey, honey, how are you? Okay, want to go downstairs and let the dogs out? And there's just somebody, and they're like, hi, I've been waiting.
So if I was by myself, I think I feel like I'd have a very different reaction. I'd be calmer by myself, but fight or flight would kick in, knowing that Karina's in the next room, because I don't know what this person plans on doing. So I think I'd be a little more violent than
Yeah.
I would normally want to be. But just like my first instinct was be like, don't know who you are. You got to be out there though. We got to get you out there. You got to be outside.
I am
but I would know
I'm a
because there's a
very
security system with cameras, and so I wouldn't have to come
yeah.
downstairs and find somebody. I would already know.
Yeah, no, you've got a good system, and I think you've taken good protections to be safe. And
we have a camera. We have cameras outside, but we also have a camera inside. That's right by our front door, but it looks down the hallway and can see through the whole house, like even the door on the other end. And we have a popcorn machine in our kitchen, like a movie theater popcorn machine. That we keep the light on for decoration, but also it helps the camera see at night. Helps that back corner. And we have a siren in our bedroom. So the siren doesn't just go off as an alarm, but it also like makes little alert noises, like if a door or a window's open, and it'll tell us which door, which window was opened.
Whoa!
And in our nightstands, if you open the drawer, we have panic buttons on the inside of each drawer. So on Karina's side, there's a panic button that will call the police, and on my side, there's a panic button that will call for an ambulance.
Whoa! Should you be giving these secrets out, John? Maybe we should leave these out because they'll know now.
No, that's fine. But like if we hear a noise, we can look at the camera and see if there's anyone in the house, and we'll automatically know what to do. Yeah.
So
it's a silent alarm, so they won't even know we called anybody.
Wait, is that like through Philips Hue, or is that like a separate service? Because that's
it's separate.
Really interesting.
Yeah. I'll message it. I think I probably said it publicly, but I don't want to say it right now. I'll message it to you privately.
Yeah, no, I don't want to give up your secrets.
I
have you safe
really
out
like
there.
it.
That's a really interesting service, and yeah, that's something that I would like a lot because I'm a very diffuse. No. I'm just a very like. I go into like critical thinking mode whenever I'm in like a traumatic situation, as far as like what is the best possible thing I could do. Like some people freeze, some people fight, some people run. Like I am a very like. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to figure out the situation. And then like a lot of the anxiety and like, things that happen will catch up with me later. And, but at the moment, at the time, like when I was in RA, there was just so much that I went through. I remember didn't we lose that episode or something? What happened I told that big story and then we didn't put that episode out?
Oh yeah. What? We did have a lost
I don't remember
episode,
why though. Why did we lose the episode? Well, I don't remember why, though.
It was audio only, right? Oh, I know why. We had to completely can the episode because news dropped that made it like completely...
Oh, yeah.
Like the whole episode was about a certain thing, and then literally the next day Apple announced something, and it wrecked the whole episode, so we had to re-record the whole thing. It was audio only.
I remember that. That's right. But anyway, I remember like there's a story. There's like long story short, there's a big fight that I dealt with like 15 people, like people my age getting like curb stomped. It was like in one of the dorms at my university, and like that was something where I was like bam, 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 bam. When it was happening. But afterwards, I was just like sitting back and I was like, whoa, that was that was a lot. Like to just go through it and see it, and then it's always like the quiet after the storm that hits me. It's when the chaos
that's when you
stops.
have time to process and like run through the scenario again and be like, would I do this differently or?
Yeah. And yeah, it's weird, but anytime I am in a situation, like I was washing my car at a car wash and like some dude just walked up to me and, he was like asking me questions about my car. And then he was like, what do you do for a living? And
dude,
like, it kind of felt like he was like feeling me out.
Those are so tough. Cause like, it's so hard to judge. Like they might be completely genuine and nice and nothing to worry about, but like, especially at night and by yourself, like the only way to make sure that you're safe is to assume that this person is come to wear your skin.
Yeah, he was really dope. He had his own cologne business and he sold me some cologne on the parking lot.
Oh, there you go. There was his reasoning.
Yeah. So it was a business thing. But he was nice.
Was it nice cologne?
It was homemade. So they were like, is this going to fry your skin? And I was like, I haven't used it yet.
Did it smell good?
Smelled good.
Was it the sour milk you brought into the show? Like, look, this is my custom cologne.
I'm drinking cologne.
Hey, this is my custom cologne. You're like, I think that's milk. I'm gonna drink it.
Is this fresh? What's the expiration? Yeah, but it is weird because you don't know. And
we should make a milk cologne, like where you spray it and you smell like milk.
That sounds like you never want to talk to somebody. Milk cologne. You never want another human to come within 10 feet of you. Could you imagine what milk cologne smells like when it's the sun has touched it, John?
Now, it sounds like a $50 million business to me. That's what I'll do after Apple buys me out. I'm going to make milk cologne.
Apple's going to acquire our milk cologne business.
Okay, we should end the show. It should be over. A minute.
Wait, there's one more thing.
An hour 15 into this. A minute. 15.
But John, there's one more thing.
What is the one?
I just want to talk about the M1X MacBook Pro real quick because I know that's something that people have been wondering about. I made my last video about it. You're still like gonna get it when it comes out, right?
The M1X MacBook Pro?
Yeah.
No, I never said I was going to get that.
You're not going to get the M1X when the M1X
No, we've argued about this. I'm going to get the MacBook Air.
No, the M1X.
I'm going to get the next MacBook Air. Why would I want the MacBook Pro? Here we go again. Because I don't
but this is
need
for work.
The Pro.
This is for work. The M1 ain't powerful enough.
Maybe.
This is for the audience. There's a report.
I'm going to get whatever M1. So for work, I want a desktop environment. It's not that I don't like the MacBook Pro. It's just if I'm going to get the M1X, I'm going to get it in like an iMac or a Mac Mini. I'd rather have it like that. Yeah.
Fair. Anyway, this guy on Twitter, his name's Dylan DKT, and 9to5Mac was the first to find him. And then I did some additional research and added him to Apple Track because I realized he has been like wildly accurate, especially for Mac stuff. Like he tweeted that M1 was going to be in the iPad Pro in November of 2020. 2 days after Apple's event where M1 came to the Macs, he goes, it's going to be in the 11 and 12.9 inch, and it's going to launch in Q1 or Q2.
And it was right.
Then, M1, yeah. And then he talked about the exact design of the iMac and was like, yeah, it basically looks like the Pro Display XDR. This is in January.
And you mentioned, didn't he mention colors like a few days before the event?
I think he also
that was the thing for me because when I was like looking through his stuff, he had mentioned colors, but he mentioned it like a few days before the event happened, and that was after we already heard colors were coming. It
was crazy, and I started digging, and since I think January of this year, or no, December of last year, he's been saying redesign MacBooks Q4, and he has now doubled down and tripled down and said 100% MacBook Pro 14 and 16 redesigns definitely coming in Q4. Late October, early November.
That would be interesting because then that would outscoop Gurman, who said as early as this summer.
Which is really interesting, but I'm just saying this dude kind of came out of nowhere. He also said it's going to have, the new design with no MacBook Pro branding on the bezel. So like the bottom bezel will not say MacBook Pro, which would make sense if the bezel shrinking. He also said it's going to be a 1080p webcam for the first time ever in a MacBook.
Okay.
And that all of Apple's Macs with Apple Silicon, when they get their redesign, will go to 1080p.
I hope so. Makes sense.
Okay, it was an interesting report and it got me excited.
Do you think we're waiting until the end of the year for the M1X MacBook Pro?
I do.
After all that, you think it's coming at the end of the year?
After all that. No. Yeah, why? They're not going to release it in the summer unless there's an event. Like, they're not going to release this without an event.
Mm-hmm.
The M1 stuff came out in November of last year. Why would they not have an event this year in November?
Mm-hmm. So
they'll talk about the MacBook Pro, the Mac Mini, and then they'll also announce probably the redesigned MacBook Air.
So you think we're going to have like another November Mac event? We're going to start getting like a Mac-centric event towards the end of the year every year?
I could see it. I mean, with their own silicon and their ability to control the supply and demand better of their own stuff, before they would wait on Intel to do these upgrades. And that's why it was so sporadic every year. But we get the iPhone in September every year. Every year. Except the pandemic.
Except last year.
But
yeah.
The iPad, I guess, could be the counter argument to that.
That would be really cool to see Mac get its own event every year.
But especially with their own silicon and it being so important, I could see it. And it's just the fact that this dude has been saying it consistently for 6 months and it has not changed. I mean, the dude's not perfectly accurate. He's 81.3, so he has had a couple misses.
Pretty high.
Like, yeah, I'm trying to see exactly what he got wrong. Like he said that, well, here's something else. He said, like this was the one that made me believe, right? January 14th, he goes, for macOS 12, Apple was planning on making a shortcuts app to replace Automator. Like, how specific is that?
Mm-hmm.
if someone is BSing or fake, who would know that Automator is not only being replaced, but that Shortcuts is taking its spot?
Yeah.
This is in January. There were 0 leaks about Mac this year. 0.
That's crazy how he's just dropping this information and no one heard about him till now.
Yeah. He also has rumored some things for improved external display support and keyboard and mouse support for games on the iPad Pro with iPadOS. And that makes sense to me. He said it was going to be shown at WWDC, but improved external display support was something that I actually heard as well in my DMs separately. And I was like, nah, maybe.
Well, didn't they show at WWDC, they showed someone plugged an iPad into a Pro Display XDR?
That was just for the iPad Pro M1.
Okay. Does that count?
But there's, I don't know, maybe. I guess that does technically count. Maybe I'll update his Apple Track. But he also has said that Final Cut Pro and Logic are coming.
Oh, nice. Too bad. Even if that comes, I won't get credit for it because it didn't happen within the time frame that I said it was going to happen. Because fuck me.
Yeah. But at the same time,
when did he say it was coming?
December.
Wait, he said it in December, or it's going to happen in December?
No, he said it was going to happen at WWDC, and he had published it in December.
Okay.
So I don't know what's up. But this is, again, the M1 wasn't out yet. And he's like, after making Final Cut Pro and Logic work on the M1, it's allowed them to run these programs with little modification, which means it's probably coming at WWDC.
Interesting.
So it sounds like it got pushed back. There's been some speculation that like some things were pushed back from DubDub.
Which would make sense.
That Apple would be waiting to do the big iPad upgrade until there's a consumer level display to connect to. For like better support and things like that.
Still waiting for the fucking iPad Pro update that never comes.
Yeah, but we're still waiting. Anyway, I just want to pull up this report and talk about this news source because I found it fascinating. I thought it was really, really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I was just blown away. Like that this person had tweeted, like no one had said M1 and iPad Pro. Not a single person.
Yeah.
When it happened, everybody's like, what? Oh, and this dude says it in December of last year. Like, what? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That and the Automator tidbit. Like,
what's his Twitter account again?
At Dylan DKT.
Okay, everyone should go follow. Maybe we'll link it down in the description because he's just been putting stuff out there and no one has known.
And listen, he said some other exciting things just to preview. Now, again, he's only 80% accurate, so only consider that 80% of these things will happen.
That's still a very high percentage.
Yeah, he said that, there's going to be 4 Thunderbolt ports on the MacBook Pros. That's nothing new. The thing that got me, he was talking about the A15 chip. And he says that it will actually be similar to the M1 performance-wise.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
He said he made a specific tweet saying the M1 is for sure not coming to iPhone, but that the A15 will be, quote, comparable to the M1 performance-wise, end quote.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Interesting.
He's also said that the next M series chip will be called M1X. He is the only person who is specifically saying it will be M1X.
9to5Mac has said that too.
Well, that was from him.
Was it?
If you read that report, it is still in DKT. That's how I found the source, was they published the story. So, but he's been saying December, like end of 2021, basically, for a year.
Yeah.
And considering that we didn't get a dub, I just don't see it.
I mean, it's definitely looking less likely.
Because remember, Gurman said that there was going to be some in-person event to show off this VR headset in the coming months, is the words he used. And that was like back in February.
So, I mean, unless we get something like surprise out of nowhere for July or August, maybe August, maybe.
They could. I mean, that would just be, I don't think they've ever done an August event, right?
But they didn't do April events either.
No, you're right. And, it would make sense. The schedule's still been weird because of like the COVID, stuff. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, very interesting report. Cool source. He also said, last little tidbit, that macOS 12 would feature better support for iPad and iPhone games on Apple Silicon. And that's also, or apps on Apple Silicon. That's also true for Monterey. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Monterey.
I mean, the dude is impressive. I don't know how, But let's close at the Genius Bar with that. At Dylan DKT, he's throwing some interesting stuff out there.
Go follow him.
We're all about the best sources and interesting. I love finding these. I felt this way when I found Love to Dream as well. When nobody like knew who he was, I was like, this. You know, you just have that sniff test now. It's like this person is fake. Anyone that's tweeting a lot every day, previewing info dumps, you're fake. You're BSing. It's the people that just kind of show up like this that nobody really notices. He kept posting. He didn't stop. You know, he doesn't care about the attention. He's doing this because he cares about the community. And not only is that cool as a content creator, but
he
seems like a cool guy. We've talked.
Go follow Dylan. Link down in the description on YouTube or in the show notes on Apple Podcasts. Sam, thanks for hanging out with me again this week. I hope there's news next week.
I hope there is too. And we had a fun show either way. And make sure everybody drink your spoiled milk.
You genuinely almost made me throw up at the beginning of the show. So thanks for that.
Dude, actually don't. Could somebody sue me if they say he told me to drink spoiled milk and I got sick and died?
Yeah, probably. Not only is it spoiled, but it's just been sitting on your desk for the whole show for an hour and a half and is probably warm and gross now.
Oh, yeah, it is. I haven't touched it since. I got like a little tingle in my stomach when we were talking about it, just like because I started thinking about it.
Okay.
I feel fine now.
We got to go. Bye-bye.
John, I feel fine.
Okay.
John, it's the milk.
You okay?
It's the milk, bro.
Okay. Thanks for watching Genius Bar. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys later. Don't drink spoiled milk. Love you.
Don't drink spoiled milk. What if I just did a whole show like this?
That would be crazy. Okay. Am I close enough to my mic?
Yeah, we'll just do it like this.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.
All right, let's start episode 2, John. Double episode. We got to get those CPMs up.
All right, here we go.
God, I'm exhausted just saying that.